Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Settle down fast. Yeah, it's like 4.2% if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah, that's right. Six to seven we may expect. The assumption is like 6.5, but we have to just look forward. What's the exact figure that we're just going to get? All right, so just let's start this session. Okay. So what's the topic of the day? Economy and economics, right? See, there are two terms, economy and economics. Economics. Generally, I have seen students in the first class, they used to ask, sir, what's the difference between these two terms, economy and economics? So first, we'll understand this particular word, and then we'll move on to this particular word, which is called economics. What is economy? The first thing that should hit your mind is economy is a geographical concept, or it's a geographical area. It's a geographical area like Indian economy, USA economy, Chinese economy, Japanese economy. You have to talk about some geographical area if you're talking about this particular key term, economy. So the definition goes like this, that a geographical area where you are doing some production of what? Production of what? You are doing the production of goods and services. A geographical area where you are doing the production of goods and services. But you will have to do this particular production from what? Yes, sir. From what? Good. From available resources. From available resources. Now you can go in a single line up concept that economy is a geographical area where goods and services are produced from the available resources. But still, there is one thing which is missing. See, you have done the production, alright, sir, agreed. But after the production, you will have to distribute it. You'll have to distribute the goods and services. Just the production part is not important. You must distribute them. For what? Why you need to distribute the goods and services that you have already produced? The basic reason behind this particular distribution is to get welfare. This is the complete definition of the word economy. Alright, start writing. Write down. The word economy means geographical area where goods and services are produced from the available resources. And they must be distributed so that welfare could be achieved. As simple as that, right? So if you're just going to be asked this particular question, that what do you mean by the term economy, the first thing that you have to just hit your brain is geographical area. That's it. The rest you can recall. Now we'll just move on to the term which is something, exhaustive, which is economics. Now, what is the definition of economics? Firstly, economics is a subject. It's a discipline like history, geography, polity, economy, right? Uh, Political science and IR, public administration. So, this is also a subject, a discipline. But to understand the definition of this particular word economics, you have to go through the definitions of four economists. Exactly, yeah, four economists. The first one is your Adam Smith. The second one is your Marshall. The third one is Robbins. And the fourth one is Samuelson. There are four economists that you have to go through if you want to learn the definition of economics. One by one, we're just going to look at. The first is your Adam Smith. Adam Smith. It's a very interesting topic, right? See, Adam Smith said that economics is the science of wealth creation. Economics is the science of wealth creation. Now you will get confused about this particular thing. Sir, wealth creation, alright, sir. Wealth creation means what? Like, suppose if you are doing some job, so you are actually just creating some wealth. So that is economics. So only wealth creation is going to be termed as economics. Do you agree? Is it justified? You just have to create wealth, and I'll call that particular process as the perfect definition of economics. Is that right? Is that justified? You'll just hit your brain for a while and you'll think that no, sir, there's one thing missing, sir. If wealth creation is going to be termed as economics, then if a thief is stealing something, then that is also under the definition of this particular word economics, because he is also creating some wealth. Robber, if the robber is robbing something, in that case also you have to say that there's nothing wrong in that. It comes under the definition of the word economics, because Adam Smith says that you just have to create wealth, and that thing will be called economics. So Marshall criticized somewhat the definition of Adam Smith, and Marshall said that no, creation of wealth is not going to be termed as economics. I mean, there has to be something added to this particular definition which is given by Adam Smith. He said that wealth creation plus public welfare. The wealth should be created. He agreed. Marshall agreed that yeah, wealth should be created, but this should be kept in mind. Welfare of the people must be kept in mind, sir, because if you're just creating the wealth, no matter how it is being created, that is not justified from any angle, because this definition gives license to the thief to steal, the robber to rob. So this has to be kept in the mind. Then comes your Robbins. He criticized both of them. He said that no, sir, wealth creation, welfare, all right, everything is perfect, everything is good, but the basic thing is that this wealth creation depends on what? Depends on resources. Depends on resources. And why are you creating wealth? To Yes, exactly. Excellent. To meet your end demands. I just make it clear. There are resources. These resources should be used to satisfy the demand of people, or you can say need, want. There are n number of words that you can use, right? And first of all, you are preparing for civil services. You do not have to go for mastering this particular subject, very holistic in nature. You just have to focus on the key terms, on the key areas from where UPSC consistently asks question. That's it. There's no point in going in greater detail. That's my duty. Till what point you have to analyze, that will be mentored by me. You just have to focus, mentally alert in the class. Everything I'll deliver in the class. That's my guarantee. Right? So he said that resources are limited and you have to use these resources to meet the wants. If you are managing resources such that wants are being met, in that case, that is the perfect example of good economic practice. Now you just observe. Adam Smith said that wealth creation. Okay, done. No plus minus. Marshall criticized it to some extent. He added the word welfare, that welfare should be there while you are creating the wealth. And Robbins, he gave a different perspective. His thought was that resources should be used in such a way that the wants of the people should be met. Cool, alright. And then comes your Samuelson. Samuelson. Now Samuelson will be having a very, a very practical approach. You know what? There's a problem in this definition also. Close observation. Close observation is required. There's a problem in this particular definition. I'm just giving you 10 seconds of time. Okay, 15 seconds of time. Observe it. No. Not at all. Wealth creation is here. We have to talk about resources and wants. Look, what is the demerit in this particular definition of Robbins? We are actually saying that we have to meet the wants or the demands of people, and we have to utilize resources as per the wants. Okay. In that situation, in that scenario, we can have a situation when we will be exhausting all the resources. If we have the vision of meeting all the demands, all the wants, then we'll have to utilize these resources, which are actually limited. So these limited resources will be exhausted. So what will be left for the future generation? Nothing. Nothing will be left for the future generation. So in that case, Samuelson said that we have to use resources in such a way that the wants should be met, no issues, but it should be this. Sustainable. Means the resources should be, it should not be exhausted completely. It should be reserved for the next generation also. It means we have to efficiently manage these resources so that these should not be exhausted and the future generation can also use these resources to meet their wants. Means what? Samuelson is actually giving you sustainable development definition of economics. that economics, okay, you practice resources once, but it should be what? It should be sustainable. You should not eat away every single resource just because you want to, meet your wants. You have to manage in such a way that these resources should be there for the future generation also. Now, I don't think that you should be having any doubt in the definition of economics. According to Adam Smith, according to Marshall, according to Robbins, according to Samuelson, everything is now on the board and it's crisp and clear. All right. So this was all about the definition of economics. See you in the next lecture. All the best. Take care. Have a good day.